My name is Jessica. I'm also known as the Lash Jedi. I work in Boynton Beach. I've been doing lashes for about almost 6 years, and I wanted to kind of make this video for like beginner lash techs or people who just had like any questions or curious what it's like to be a lash artist full-time and as a career, and give you a little bit of like what my day looks like and how much money I make in a day. Today I have about like 6 clients. I'm working from 11:30 to about 7 o'clock tonight. And so I just wanted to show you a little bit about like what it's like to be a lash artist full-time. If people tell you that being a lash artist is not a career, I've heard it before many times in my life. It is most definitely a career, and it pays the bills. So see, I've just run out of CC 0.20s for my client, which sucks. This is very important. In any lash room, you need this. This will tell you your humidity and your temperature, which each glue that you buy will need to have. My glue that I use is an all humidity glue, but ideally that you want to stay between the 45-55 range with it. So this helps me just kind of be aware of why it may be sticking or why they're not adhering well, if this is too high or too low, that's why. So that was my first client. I do like membership pricing where I charge $69.99 per month on a card and then $39 on their 2-week fill. And I do offer different pricing for different people because I've transitioned so many times to different kinds of ways and going out on my own and then going and working. So she was an old client from a salon that I had. So I keep her on the same pricing because that's what she's used to. So I don't want to rock the boat. Most people, I just charge $60 each 2-week fill, equals $120 anyway. So yeah, I am on to my next one in like 5 minutes. I don't have a watch on. I acted like I did, but I don't. Also, just like excuse the face. I have zero makeup on. I also am a lash artist who doesn't work with a lash artist, so I don't have lashes on. But I am prepping for my next client. I'm using the Sensitive Next Care tape. It's the best tape. If you're a lash artist, like, do not buy any other tape. This is the tape, and you can get it on Amazon. They come in like a 4-pack. I believe it's under $20, which is great. This tape, usually if you go to like Target or Walgreens or Walmart even, like they're almost $7 like for one. Used for iPads is these hydrogel patches. You can buy a pack of them online. They're honestly great. They're very malleable and like they stick really well. A lot of other eye patches that I bought online do not stick to the face right. There will be like some person who either has like super oily skin or sometimes they're too thick and it's just like uncomfortable after a while for the client to have it like under their eye with their eyes closed. It's a weird feeling. So these are just honestly truly the best. Gotta love them. They're so good. And when you're lashing, my pro tip, when I first started lashing, one of the things that I was getting so wrong was that I wasn't getting all of the lashes, and that is so crucial to having your retention longer. If you're not getting every lash, when the lashes fall out, you are going to be in trouble. They're going to fall out quicker than 2 weeks, and you really need at minimum 2 weeks of like good lashes. This right here, my hair is on it. This right here, game changer. If you're starting out and you're not using a magnifying glass, you are not isolating properly. You are not getting every lash. I know it. there's just no way. Like, you have to be able to see everything in order to lash properly. I wear a mask as well. I've worn this mask since the beginning of me lashing, pre-COVID. Like, when COVID happened, I was like, girl, I'm good. I've got the mask. I'm used to it. When you're lashing, I highly suggest wearing a mask. I think it's really kind of gross if you don't. You're breathing in somebody's face, and especially when you're talking, it's like, if you ate something, they're probably gonna smell it. So just don't. They don't have to wear a mask. I mean, it's post-COVID, well, and it's not required like it was, but I always wear mine. And sometimes my clients are like, are you sick? And I'm like, no, I always wear this. This is like part of my uniform. I have to wear a mask. Like, I was watching other lash artists on YouTube who do videos like this, and one of them was like straight up chewing gum in their client's face with no mask on, and it literally shook me to my core. I was like, ew, ew. She's like probably spitting on her. No. So I always wear a mask, and I highly suggest you do too. Okay, so I just finished a client. I didn't film her because we were chatting too much. She did a 30-minute classic fill, which is $40, and then she gave me a $20 tip. So altogether I made $60 for 30 minutes. It's good money. She's obviously a very generous tipper. That is definitely not the normal for a lot of people. But I will say that, like, she's been one of my clients for like 4 years, and where we chat and we have like a good time. And I think she's also in the service industry, so you'll find that when you have clients that like understand the work you're putting in, which it's not so much work for me. Like, I genuinely enjoy speaking to my clients and like learning about them and talking to them, and I talk about myself. Like, we just talked about my trip to Coachella coming up, and like, so we're very friendly, especially after such a long time. We know each other, we're friends on social media, like, they know who I am. Like, I am no angel, I'm very honest, but when you build these relationships with your clients, you're gonna find that they respect you and they'll pay you for the work you put in, you know? If you go in there and you're silent to a new client, I find that they usually don't return. Typically the ones that return are the ones I engage with. So a lot of lash artists think like you just take a lash nap. I really do think it's kind of important to talk to your client and find out like anything about them, you know, like, do they have kids? Do they have a family? Is there something you can relate on? Did you go to a similar school? Did you grow up in the same area? Where are they from? You know, like, those kinds of things will help you build a client relationship that will last for a long time. And who knows, like, you can become really good friends with them. Like, I consider most of my clients my good friends, which is crazy, I know, like, they're paying me for a service, but they're my friends. Like, I am genuinely interested in what's going on in their life, and I try to keep track of most things. Like, sometimes a lot of people tell me they're going on vacations or they're going here and there, and I completely forget, and they never forget where I'm going, because I realize that I'm like the one constant for them. They're not necessarily a constant for me. I hear a bunch of different things during the day, so sometimes it gets jumbled. Like, I've definitely had moments where I've totally forgot that somebody had like children, and I'm just like, you know. So anyways, yeah, I do pride myself on being a very social person, and I try to make sure that I communicate with my clients. I think if you don't communicate with your clients, you're not going to see the return. They're going to go somewhere else. Like, I mean, if your lashes are really amazing, they may come back, but, and a lot of lash artists will tell you that talking is bad for a service. And I think in the beginning, it is. It's harder to talk and lash at the same time. When you become more skilled, it kind of becomes second nature. Like, I'm definitely a little slower if I'm talking. I've noticed that. Like, I'll stop and be like, girl, you know, but then it's like, I'm still working as I'm doing it, and I think that that comes with skill over time, but at least try to say something to them or ask them how they're doing. What did they do today? What are they going into later? Like, how was work? Like, how's the family? Just like, normal conversations that you would talk with like any person that you meet. And just like be real. Like, people can tell when you're being fake. I am super real with my clients. Of course, I don't like tell them like, I mean, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm hungover, and they'll be like, girl, me too, or like, whatever. But it's good to be honest and like let them know about you. They feel comfortable opening up about themselves to you. I've learned so much about my clients, things I don't need to know at all. I think it's important to really get to know your clients and talk to them like they're people and not just like money. If you think of them as just money, you're wrong for that. They're not just money. They are people who have lives, who trust you to work on their face and beautify them for at least 2 weeks. And I feel so grateful and honored to be doing that I genuinely care. So I think you really have to be a very empathetic, caring person, and you definitely have to be social. Yeah, I'm sure there's lash artists out there who say not a single word to their clients, and they're fine. I'm not that lash artist. I worked with lash artists that were like that, and I found that most people thought they were bitches, or that they were rude, or that they didn't like them, and that is weird. And I think you also have to be smart about like knowing when not to talk. So like, I have some clients that really come in here and they turn off their phone and they take a nap, and I know that those are like, I know who they are, and I know, put my AirPod in, listen to a morbid podcast, call it a day. But I still make an effort to be like, so how are you today? Yeah, okay. How's your day? What are you doing later? Okay. And then, so I just had a client text me that she was going to be late. When a client is late, I highly recommend that you just make it work. I am not the lash artist who has all the rules, and if you're 5 minutes late, you're being charged fully for your appointment. It's not who I am. First of all, I run this all myself. I don't have time to be constantly getting into it with people. I don't take deposits. I recommend taking a deposit. I think $20 is sufficient enough. At least if they don't show you've made $20. I personally don't do it because my clients are very loyal and we have really good communication. And sometimes I'm like, oh, you didn't show up? Cool, I'm gonna go home early. Like, it is what it is. But I tend to book new clients in the morning or at night. That is how I make sure that I don't screw myself over, because I don't take deposits, and that's just like my system of doing it. And take a deposit if you feel you need to. I'm really not for or against it. I just think that like for me, it's a lot of work, and that I'm not good with math either. Like, so I'm just like, it's too much for me to deal with. But it does ensure that somebody will show up, or else they won't get their deposit back. But then life happens, and then you have to refund them it back anyway. Like, what are you gonna do? Keep your $20 because they had like a death in the family? Like, that seems a little cruel, and I just don't want to get a reputation for being that lash artist. So call it controversial, call me crazy. I am not taking deposits. See, the other thing too is like, you don't have to look amazing. Like, somebody's coming in here, they're laying down, they're closing their eyes. What do they need to see you for? Like, what you wear doesn't matter. I like to look cute if I can, but very rarely do I put on makeup. 1, because I wear a mask all day, and 2, because I hate makeup. I probably should. My skin is literally pink, but what can you do? So now that I have some downtime, I am going to make some little goodie bags for my clients, because I got some products online and I wanted to just give people a gift for kind of coming and following me to my new space. And so I'm gonna show you what I got. So I got these little bags on Amazon, just little, like, little to go carry makeup bag. I also got these lash wands. These are the freaking best. My clients, I always hand my clients my ones that I just dispose of because I try not to dispose of much as, I'm trying to be mindful about how much waste I throw away because as a lash artist, we use a lot of disposable items and the earth. So it's an encased lash wand and it has little sparkles on the top. It's cute. And so these are great because when you put them in your bag, they don't pick up all the lint and all the like little things that are at the bottom of your bag. So clients freaking love these. So I'm putting this in the goodie bag along with a lash brush. This is to clean their lashes. Now, this is very controversial, but I do not clean lashes. I don't. I hate doing it. It's a waste of my time, and I find that like my retention is still good without doing it. So I just educate my clients on how to do it at home. And so these are what I tell people to use, and I never know if they're actually using them. So I give these to my clients, and so I'm gonna put this and this in the bag along with my booking card, which has a QR code to book online, and then my lash card. So this has all my information where they can find me, and then this is a booking card that I usually use to write like when their next appointment is. But these are great because if they have these in their bag, they can just like hand it to somebody and then that person can go and book online. You need to be grateful for your clients. Like that is one of the things I would say is like super major. If you're not appreciating that these people are coming and spending their hard-earned money with you, there's many other lash places out there. I mean, there is Amazing Lash, there's Deca Lash, there's all the lashes. And when you're doing it on your own, you really just gotta be like super grateful, because if you can pay your bills doing lashes, then you're doing it right. Like there's really nothing more to it. You don't need to make 100K a year. I know some lash artists do. I definitely don't. I'm definitely not at that level yet. And one day I will be, but I'm not gonna get there unless I do things like this and show appreciation to my client. So it's funny we just talked about that because my client who was late just had her niece contact me and she let me know that her aunt is doing too well today. I know this client very well and I know she has health issues, and so she messaged her niece messaged me and said that she wasn't really feeling well today, and sent me $20 just because I was like, of course, it's totally fine, I'll fit her in, just tell her to text me when she's feeling better. And so these are the things that, this is an exact representation of why you shouldn't be the rule girl. Because when you are personable, when you do understand people's struggles and what they go through, you will get that karma back. It will happen. Do you be the personable girl because it is more of a chance, or do you do the rule thing where you're like an asshole about it? And quite frankly, I just don't think that that's the smart way to go. I think you should always be understanding. This is a service industry. If I'm not providing a service, I will not get paid. And when I do provide my service, I give it 110% and I make sure that I earn my money. And that's the best way to do it. The reason I don't do lash baths is because I never have. So like, even when I worked at Amazing Lash and Deca Lash before I was on my own, I just never did. And so my clients are like super used to not doing that, and so am I. Done. So I have some time. I'm gonna show you, this is my lash room. So this is my bed. It is from Facebook Marketplace. It was a hydraulic bed, so I can raise the height. I can lower the height. I find that even on the lowest setting, this thing is too dang high. So I have to lock it. This, if I pull up on it, it locks. And then people can just get it and lay. It's great. It's so comfortable. This bed is from 1,000 Lashes. It's not the bed, I'm lying. So the bed itself, no clue where it came from. Got it from Facebook Marketplace for $100 from this facial girl. And she got a new bed and needed to give it away, so she gave me the chair and the bed. And then I was using this bed in my other salon, and when I finally decided to get out on my own, I realized that it was just like really not comfortable. Like the bed itself was like, people would be laying here and their legs would be like hanging off, and like they just were like, I could tell they were uncomfortable. And then of course fussing with the pillow and getting myself at the right angle to do their lashes was really hard. So I got this amazing mattress topper, $400, but it was the best $400 I ever spent. I swear to God, on my business. Like, it's the best. So it's memory foam. It's from 1,000 Lashes. It's called the curved mattress or curved bed topper. I butchered that. curved topper on 1,000 Lashes, and it's amazing. It's so comfortable. All my clients are obsessed with it. It has this S shape to it, so it's good for the spine, and then I don't have to fuss with a pillow because their head is like on at the perfect angle. It's like got a slight, as you can see, like a slight lift, and so it lifts their head. And then on the side I got this little tray which I can put tweezers in, and I can put in like I could sit my lashes on it. I tend to work to the right of me, so my lash cart's on the left and my lashes are on the right, so I pull from the right and then I grab from the left from my lash cart. So I also just want to say, like, I am not the Instagram girl. Like, I'm doing these YouTube videos for like helpful lash artist tips, but I'm not the Instagram girly. Like, most of my clients have met me through recommendation, so word of mouth completely. I have not done any advertising anywhere. I don't have a Groupon. I don't have any of that. I strictly have just done lashes for a long time, and I've done enough people and been good enough to enough people that they recommend me to others, and that is how I get like 100% of my new clients. Yeah, I guess I could do more on social media, and obviously I'm trying to do that, but it's not my main source of clientele. Like, I don't market really. My walking billboards, they're my walking billboards, period. Like, they go out with my lashes. Somebody says, oh, your lashes look really good, they look so natural, and I get the client. So like, you don't have to be amazing at Instagram. I mean, it's obviously very helpful, and I probably would be way more booked if I was good at it, but I am not. I forget to take photos. I'm back to back with clients, so I just don't have the time. Make sure that you have your license, make sure that you have a certification, and continue your education, whether it be the YouTube University or not. In Florida, in my state, you do need to be licensed. So I am a licensed full specialist in the state of Florida. I went to school, it was about 6 months. I did nails and skin, esthetician and nail technician, and I am under the umbrella of being able to do lashes. I did not learn lashes in school. I got out of school, I got hired at a corporate lash company, and that's how I learned. And I just worked there for as long as I could. I was thrown to the wolves, and I learned through making mistakes. I probably made mistakes for a very long time. I would say probably like a year, until I really knew what the hell I was doing. And then now I'm like somebody who could probably teach other people. But yeah, it's very important that you are licensed. Go get your license. No salon is going to hire you and train you for free without a license, and then without that license, you will be susceptible to people being able to sue you. Like, Florida has your back if you have your license. I'm sure other states the same way. So it was finally the end of the day. I got here at 9:30 in the morning, and no, that is a lie. I got here at 11 this morning, and I'm now going home. It is 7:50. The day turned out to be incredibly more slow than I thought, which is totally normal in the lash industry. You are not going to have the full book you have, and you need to be grateful for that you even have any. So I'm finally done with today. It turned out to be a way slower day than I thought it would be, which as a lash artist, you are gonna have those days and you need to be grateful for them, because the days that are super busy are exhausting, and the days that are super chill or that you thought were gonna be exhausting, like today, sometimes end up being like really freaking chill. And it went by so fast. I only did 5 clients, which really isn't much. It was one full set. The rest were all fills, and 30, and there was two of them were 30-minute clients, which is like nothing. So I made a lot of content today. But yeah, so my grand total at the end of the day is $340 minus my tips. So I got, with tips, with my cash tips, I made $130. Wait, is that math right? 50? Wait, 20, 40, 60, 80 plus 50. Don't judge me. I thought I was bad at math. Today I made a grand total of $340 minus tips. I made about $50 in tips, like cash tips. So it really wasn't like a huge day, but still decent. I'm proud of it for really not doing a whole lot of work. I did 1 full set, 2 fills, and 2 30-minute clients. So it was a pretty chill day, really not like intense at all. I hope this video was like at least informative of like what it is to be a regular everyday lash tech, and didn't make you feel like you were making bad decisions in life. I think it's a great job for a lot of reasons. One, I get to hang out with people all day, and I'm pretty good at hanging. And 2, you make decent money. Like, I can pay a lot of bills with $340 plus, you know, my tips. But you're consistently bringing in people with lashes. It's a very smart business model. Like, if you think about it, you do brows, you see them like once every month or once every year if they're doing microblading. Like, at least with lashes, as like a business model, it's genius. Like, you come back every 2 weeks. I mean, you have to keep up with them or else they're not going to look good. So it's kind of smart in that way. You can always hit me up at my Instagram, which is thelashjedi.artistry. And on Facebook, I'm The Lash Jedi. And like, comment, and subscribe to this video so that the computers beep and boop and put me in people's recommended that need to see this.